Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss some question that is taken from a new syllabus Mathematics 7th edition from Xingli. This is a book for a 7th grader students. We are going to discuss the question that is taken from page 345. It is about area and perimeter of a plane figures. So let's see if we can do everything. So the first question is the book asks us to express 40 meter square in centimeters. So number one, we have the first one, we had to express 40 meters square in centimeters square. Well, previously we have learned our metric staircase. So when you want to convert from meter square to centimeter square, you will go down 2 stairs. However, you do not times it by 100 since it is a square, means one stair is 100. Since we are going down 2 stairs, means we will times it by 10,000. So it will be 40 times 10,000 and we get 400,000, centimeter square. Next number, 16 centimeter square in meter square. B, we are asked to convert 16 centimeter square into meter square. 16 centimeter square into meter square. From centimeter to meter square, we are going up this time. So it will be divide. One stairs 100, so this is 16 divided by 10,000. So the answer will be 0.0016 meter square. Okay, next is 0.03 meter square in centimeter square. 0.03 meter square, I believe. Let me check first. Yes, meter square in centimeter square. What you will do is go down, so we times 0.03 times 10,000 will be 300 centimeter square. Last is 28,000 centimeter square into meter square. 28,000 centimeter square into meter square. Since we go up 2 stairs and 1 stairs 100 means 28,000 divided by 10,000. And then you will get 2.8 meter square. This one easy. Let's go to the next question. Let's go to question number 2. Question number 2. The area of a rectangle is, this is very important to always write what you know from a question. We know that the area of a rectangle is 259 centimeter square. And its length is 18.5 centimeter. 18.5 centimeter. So we can even draw it if we want to. The area itself is 259, while the length is 18.5 centimeter. So what is the breadth and what is the perimeter? Dealing with this kind of situation, what you will do is we have to find out which one will be easier for us to find. Let's say that I want to find the perimeter. We know that perimeter, if I want to find the perimeter, I need both length and breadth. However, I do not have the breadth here. So that's why I will try to find this first, using area and the length to help me. Since we have this formula of a rectangle, area is length times breadth. So I had 259 equals to 18.5 times breadth. So since we have learned algebra, if we want to find the breadth itself, it will be 259 divided by 18.5. Just in case some of you do not know how to divide with a decimals, let me show you. This is how you're going to divide with a decimals. You have to make sure that the divider is not having a decimal there. So what you will do is you will convert this fraction first. We will convert it until the divider do not have any decimals. We will times 10 both numerator and denominator. So we will have 2590 divided by 185. Then we will just do the normal counting. 2590, 100. I'm sorry, you can simplify it first. You know, divide it by 5. When you divide it by 5, it will become 37, I believe. And then when you divide it by 5, it will be 518. You divide 518 by 37. In this, doing this way, you don't have to do the long division, so it is easier. Oh, in this case, you still have to do the long division normal way. 37. I will have 137 in here. 4, 1. And then 8 will be 4. So we have 14. So we know that the breadth of the rectangle is 14 centimeter. How about the perimeter? The perimeter is as I told you before, that actually you don't have to memorize the formula. It is a rectangle. The perimeter will be length plus breadth plus length plus breadth, right? So we will just insert the number, which is 18.5. Since I have 2 length, so it will be times 2. Plus breadth is 14. So it is 14 times 2, which is 36, 37 plus 28, we will have 565 centimeter. Okay, so that's how you do number 2, finding the breadth and the perimeter of a rectangle. Let's go to number 3. I will read the question for you. Number 3, in the figure, a triangle is removed from a square of sides 9 meters. Find the area of the figures. Find the area of the figure. So, to help us, we will try to draw the picture. I will try to draw it as best as I can. And then this triangle is cut from there. Now I have to find the area of the figure. This is 9. And for my triangle here, I had 2.5 from this side. And then I had 3 in this side, 3 meters. What can we do with that is as simple as finding the total square, and then I will just take out the triangle. So the area of the figure is the area of the square, and then I will take away the area of the triangle. Some of you might confuse, so which one should be the base and which one should be the height of a triangle? It doesn't really matter. As long as it is a perpendicular or a 90 degree, either side can be the base or the height of a triangle. Okay, so let's try to solve this one out. The area will be, since the side itself is 9 of the square, so we have this 9 times 9, which is 81 actually, minus area of the triangle, since I told you that it doesn't matter which one is which, so we have 2.5 times 3 divided by 2. Remember, it's height times base divided by 2 for a triangle, right? Then we have this, I'm sorry, so that you can see it clearly, 9 times 9, we have this 81 minus 7.5 divided by 2, 3.75. Am I correct? 7.5. Yes, 375. So when you minus it, it will be 77.25. 77.25 for the area of the square. That's how you do number 3. Continue. Let's continue. Number 4, complete the table for each circle. Okay, let's see how can we do this. Let's try to create the table ourselves. So I have this table. It will be a diameter and then radius. What else? Circumference or perimeter. It is C, circumference, because it is a circle, so the side is all circular, so we call it circumference, but it is actually the same with perimeter. Okay, and then the last one is the area itself. The question is, the radius will be 10 for our first, and then for the second one, we will have 3.6. Our third will be, the circumference is 176 millimeter, and the final one is, when we know the area, as 616. So this is how we are going to do it. The easiest will be fill in the diameter and radius when you know either one of them. In this case, we know that the radius is 10 centimeter, so the diameter will be 20 centimeter. I will not put the unit to make it less confusing. And then the diameter for the second one is 3.6 meters, so the radius will be 1.8, which is half of it. Okay, so let's fill in the other part of the table. Let's start with the top one. We have the circumference or the perimeter. How do we get that? Perimeter will be pi times d. In this case, since the diameter is 20, which is not divisible by, not dividable by 7, I will use 3.14 as the pi and then times 20. Then I will get 62.8. So that is the perimeter or the circumference of the first circle. And then now let's get into the area of the circle. The area will be pi times r square. So the pi itself will be 3.14 since the r is 10, not divisible by 7. And then times 10 times 10 will be 314. Okay, I haven't, after this, if you need to convert the unit, you can just convert it. So please be very careful with the unit itself. especially when it gives you more than one information in one figures. It is very important to pay attention to the unit. However, this one, for this number, we only have one information for each figure, so we shouldn't really, I do not really bother the unit itself. Let's continue. If the diameter is 3.6 and the radius is 1.8, it's the same. You will find the perimeter or the circumference, you can say it's circumference, as pi d, which is 3.14 times 3.6. Then you will get the answer here. Just find it yourself. Just the normal counting should be easy for you. Next is the area. The area of the circle will be pi times r square, the same 3.14 times the r is 1.8 times 1.8. So you will get the area by yourself. Okay. It might be fun to show you this. Just in case you don't know how to times with decimals, I will show you. So what you will do is you will just multiply it as a normal multiplication. When I see this kind of multiplication, I will just count the 1.8 first. So 1.8 times 1.8, when you times it, it will be 4, 6, 14, 8, 1, 3, 2, 4. And then when you get the result, what you will check is how many number that is after the decimals, after the decimal point. In here I have 1 and 2, so I will put 1 to 3.24. So what I will do is I will do something like this, 3.24. Then when you count it, 3.14 times 3.24, it's the same with the previous one, 3.24, and then you times it for 6, 1, 5, 12, 8, 2, 6, 2, 1, 4, 9, and then you will have 6, 3, 7, 1, 10. Then after this, you will count how many numbers after the decimal points. In this case, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 number after the decimal point, so we will do it 1, 2, 3, 4, put the decimal point there. So the answer is 10.1736, or if you round it off to 2 number after the decimal point, it will be 10.17. That's for the area of the second circle, 10.17. Okay, for the circumference, you have to find it yourself. To make it short, what if we know the perimeter or the circumference instead of the radius on the diameter? The same thing. So what you will do is you will write pi equals, perimeter or circumference is equal to pi times d, right, or diameter. In this case, we know that it is 176 equals to pi times d. At this point, what I will usually do is I will, how do I say it? It's not divisible by 7 or not anymore, because what you know here is the perimeter. What I will check if this number, the perimeter of the area itself, is divisible by 22, because we have 22 or 7 in here. I will show you 176. In this case, I will choose 22, 7 times diameter. And then how can we get the diameter? We know by using our algebra, diameter is 176 divided by 22, 7, right? But since it divided by fraction, we change it into times 722. That's why I told you it has to be divisible by 22. Then we can just divide it by 22. I will get 8 in here, I believe. So the diameter itself will be 56. 56, then the radius will be 56 divided by 2, 28. Okay, and then after that, how do you get the area? The same with the one above. You will just do area as pi times r square. And then you will do 20 to 7 times 28 times 28. Why do I choose 20 to 7? Because I can do this. So after that, you will count 88 times 28, which is 1624, 224, 2464. So you will get 2464. Am I correct? Am I wrong? 16, 22, 4. Yeah. So it's 2464. Or if I miscount, I'm so sorry. You will just have to count it correctly and then you will get the area. Okay? I will not write it since I'm not really sure about my own answer. Let's get into number 3. So what is the area? What is the diameter, radius, and circumference if we know the area? So we will write the formula first. Area is pi times r square. So in this case, I had this 616 equal to, I believe this number is divisible by 22. At least I can divide it by 2, so I will choose 22 7th times r square. So I had this r square equals to 616 divided by this, so I will just do times 722. You divide this with 2, this is 308. Can you divide this with 11? Yes, you can. You divide with 11, you get 28 in here. So the radius will be 28 times 7. Most of the time, I will not count it, but just for this purpose, 14, 19, 6. Am I correct? 14, yeah, 19.6 for the radius square. So the radius itself will be square root of 19.6, which is 7 times 4, 7 times 14, right? So the radius itself will be the square root of 19.6, which is 14. So that's how you get the radius. Since you get the radius as 14, the diameter will be 28, and then you will do the same with the circumference or the perimeter, which is putting the formula perimeter equal to pi d. You will put the d, you will get the circumference or the perimeter. That's number 3. Let's continue with number 4. The question in number 4 is, a piece of wire is 144 centimeter long, is bent to form a semicircle as shown in the figure. Find the diameter of the semicircle. Giving your answer in meter, take pi to be 22/7. Sometimes question is being nice to us. It tells us what should we take the pi as. So in this case, we had this semicircle with the perimeter as 144. I will just write it here. Perimeter equal to 144. What do we want to know is the diameter itself. So how can you do that? What we are going to do is we are going to put the formula inside. Since this is half of circle or a semicircle, we will put the perimeter is equal to pi d divided by 2 because it's only half, and then you have to plus the diameter itself. Plus the diameter itself, right? So we just have to finish this using algebra. Your perimeter is 144, and then pi times d, we call it pi d, plus this is 2d out of 2. So you have 144 equals to pi d plus 2d, 2. And then you will do cross multiplication. You will have 288 equals to the pi d, and since you already multiply the 2, so the 2 is gone. So we only have pi d plus 2d. Using the factorization, we can factorize it with d equals to pi plus 2. Am I correct? And then what you can do is you can just finish the pi plus 2. We know from the question that the pi is 20 to 7. So plus 2 is equal to plus 14/7, right? Because it's plus 2, 2 out of 1. So we have to make the denominator the same. We make it 14/7, so it is 36/7. Then we change this in here. So we have 288 equals to d times 36/7. So the d itself is 288 divided by this fraction, 36/7, means times 736. You finish it. 18, 144, 9, 72, 8. 8 times 6 will be 56. That is the diameter of the circle, or of the semicircle. However, remember when you go back to the question, it says that this is in centimeter, which means this diameter is actually in centimeter. And then the question tells us to find the diameter of the semicircle, giving your answer in meter. So this haven't done yet. We have to write again equal to from centimeter to meter. If you remember our metric staircase, it will be 2 stair above. So divided by 100, you will have 0.56 meter. Okay, so that's number 5. That's all for today's video. We are going to discuss again from number 6 to number 10, and then from the rest of it in another video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this helps you to understand, or I hope this help you to understand how to do this question. I'm sorry, this is not number 3 anyway. This is number 5. Okay, so see you guys.